today my main topic to share with you is actually how to start career in game dev. So meeting will be mainly planned for the artists. So we will talk more about the art production in game dev and mainly in the AAA game dev. Yeah, because it's very different from the indie development, from some small studios. And as long as I have experience in AAA game dev, so I will share some tips and tricks actually on this topic. So Juan, I will have just very big request for you because now I'm sharing screen and don't see anyone on the chat or on the meeting. So if someone will just write some questions, please just let me know, okay?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
because I can see.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you. So just very few words about me, so you will know why I decided to come here and share some knowledge with you. So I work in recruitment for 3+ years already, working mainly in game dev. So as I mentioned, I worked in mobile game dev and currently keep on working and on PC and console game dev on very big projects. In these 3 years, I interviewed more than 1,000 candidates and have hired more than 100 professionals, and also have completed master's degree in HR business partner discipline, what actually gave me some basic knowledge about how HR processes and recruitment look like. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working in the Sperasoft studio. I also mentioned before, but will repeat if someone didn't hear. So Sperasoft studio, so we are working as outsourced co-development studio with very big companies like Activision, Blizzard, Riot, Epic Games, Electronic Arts. And we are doing some particular parts of the games. So for some projects, we're just doing level design, level art. For some projects, just programming and development. So it really depends. And we are hiring artists on AAA game project, and that is actually my main focus. So I'm mainly working as art recruiter and art HR. So, and I've been hired professionals on Assassin's Creed, on Mortal Kombat, on Halo, on FIFA, Star Atlas projects, and many, many different. And hiring various professionals as concepts like 3D, lighting, VFX, vegetation, artists, animators, technical animators, artists, and so on and so forth. So really a lot of experience in art recruitment. So I think that my knowledge really might be helpful and useful for you today. So few words about how the current job market situation looks right now, especially from the juniors perspective, because it's a bit different. So what is going on right now on the job market in game dev? So there is a really increasing number of junior specialists on market who are just actively looking for the job, internships, some career opportunities, while in the same time, there is a decreasing number of companies who are actually ready to offer some vacancies or internships for juniors. That actually means and makes very high competition on one vacancy. So many junior professionals or just students applying for the same vacancies, mainly with the same skills, with the same knowledge. So it's really very hard to get a job. When hundreds of people, more or less with the same skills, just want to join one role. In the same time, besides of this situation, there are some layoffs taking place in IT and game dev companies. So very big companies, maybe as you heard, like Facebook, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, started to lay off people. What actually makes job market in general pretty unstable. And also, one day you might read news some big company, let's say Ubisoft, is working on very big title on pre-production and is about to hire some 100 professionals. And in the same time, you see the news that some also very big company, let's say Microsoft, is about to lay off people. So, and you just sit with this information and think, okay, so what should I do in this situation? So it's really very unstable. And what also is going on the job situation, job market situation, that there are a very increasing requirements for juniors. So basically now to get a job, you really need to have some commercial experience or some personal projects done just to have to join some company or to get an internship. So in very few words, in conclusion, on this job market situation. So finding a job or internship for junior students became really more complicated task. Because now, after some layoffs, there are some specialists already with experience, like middle seniors who already worked in game dev for some time, and they started to look for the job as well. So, and some company, for example, me as recruiter, I'm just sitting, okay, guys, like I'm talking to the hiring manager and like why we need to hire a like junior professional when we have like some middle and senior available. Yeah. So why do we need to spend some hours to teach this person? Yeah. So it doesn't make any sense. And also, like, as I mentioned, now, like, there are increasing requirements. So companies really have higher and higher expectations on your experience as junior. So yeah, this job market situation really sounds not well. And you can see that common like junior profile now looks like that. So actually you need to have like 1+ year experience in game production, some strong portfolio with recent artworks, some knowledge of relevant software. If it's 2D, then you need to know Photoshop. If you're a 3D artist, then it's ZBrush Maya, yeah, and Unreal Engine, for example. And also you need to have some knowledge of art pipelines and principles. And besides of that, besides of all the hard skills, you also need to have very strong soft skills like high motivation, ambitious. You need to passionate about the game dev and about the industry. And also you might be like, you should be a good team player. And like, the list is really a very long one. So just to prove my words, here you see on this file, like on this slide, you see how real vacancies for juniors look like. So here you see a real requirements for the intern technical animator from Ubisoft. This information is taken from like 2-3 days ago. So can you imagine that for intern, you need to have minimum 1 year experience in game industry, as well as previous experience in technical role related to animations, as well as experience in gameplay mechanics development. So it really like sounds crazy. And the same for junior animator. There is a bachelor degree in animation, 1 to 2 years experience in video game animation, and so on and so forth. In Rockstar as well, minimum 2 years experience, 1 year experience with motion builder. So requirements for juniors really became crazy because a few years ago, those requirements were just relevant for middles, yeah, so not definitely for juniors. So, and really, I as recruiter, I definitely can understand junior specialists. So you definitely, all of you might have a question. Okay, guys, I read the like requirements for the Rockstar Ubisoft vacancies, but how could I get this job? Yeah, if I'm just completed some studies, some courses, yeah, I'm just looking for my first job, and everyone just requires some experience in game production, yeah. So then, what can I do? So, and here I prepared some kind of tips and what is better to do, yeah, to get your first job or internship. So first thing, it's even like written in red, and you just really need to remember that your main factor of success is actually your portfolio. So please, before applying for any role, just focus on your portfolio and hard skills before applying. Because the first thing recruiter, for example, me, looking in for juniors, yeah, as well, I'm looking, it's portfolio link. First thing I do, I'm going to a station or either Behance and checking like what kind of portfolio this person has. And only then I'm going to the CV, LinkedIn profile, and different stuff. So really, if you want to now get a career and a job in game dev as artist, first thing you need to do, create a portfolio. Then now it's also became like very important thing is to build your game community. So if you participate actively in some game events, for example, as today's meetup is also game related, and I think that you just will have some good knowledge and skills from here. As well as different game jams, yeah, which take place in some local communities, some game conferences. So it's really a great opportunity for you, firstly, to show yourself, maybe to show your portfolio for some recruiters, yeah, just in offline mode, in person. And besides of that, for example, we as a company, we also come into the different game events, like game jams, conferences, and events, just to attract some talents. So we're, going through these events as recruiters and looking on the guys, yeah, what are they doing? What kind of skills do they have? And trying to hunt someone, yeah. So it's like also very good opportunity to see some recruiters and some company on those type of events. Also, you can join some game communities. Yes, there are various game communities and Discord, Facebook, yeah, some local communities, and participate in art competitions, for example, art station competition. Because also as recruiter, sometimes I'm going, if I need to find a concept artist, yeah, for example. So I could go to art station competition, see, okay, there was some 2D art competition in art station. Those people who participated, I could see those works they created for this competition, and also like there is about you, and we also can attract people from this competition. Yeah, so you're just becoming more, let's say, popular in terms of ArtStation and this game community. So as many people will know about you, the more chance that you will receive some opportunity directly. So you will not need to look for some vacancy by yourself in some job boards, but you will just need to talk to some recruiter, or maybe some guy just decided to develop some game and will come to you with this opportunity. So don't sit at home. Now it's really very important to build a community. And very short tips. So on other things you might do just to have more success on job applying, it's create a CV and LinkedIn profile. Yeah, even if you're artist, portfolio is your main thing to have, but your CV and LinkedIn is also very like must things to have. Because in LinkedIn, recruiters are also coming to the LinkedIn to source for candidates. So if your profile will exist in LinkedIn, there is definitely more chance that you will be found by some recruiter. And also, if you make your CV and LinkedIn, please do that in English. Because stories from every day, we receive various applications from the candidates, mainly juniors or some middles, and they're sending us CVs in Spanish, for example, or in French, or in Chinese sometimes, and I'm sitting as recruiter, I'm not Chinese speaking, and I'm looking at okay, so what should I do with it? So when I have 100 applications the same, with the same skill set, I will definitely don't have motivation to translate it. And, so now please think that English is a common language and use it for CV and LinkedIn. Also, it's good if you prepare a cover letter. So just few words, few sentences while you're applying for some vacancy or for some internship. Just write few sentences why you want to join this particular company or this particular role, why it's interesting for you. And please don't make this message too generic. So don't think that, okay, guys, I'm great fit for your role, I'm the best one, so please hire me. Please don't do that. Better write some short sentences why you want to join this particular company. Besides of that, please look for job opportunities in different resources. Yeah, so some career websites, companies' career pages, LinkedIn, different job boards. We will talk about it a bit later, but yeah. Please just don't focus on just one resource, because companies are posting vacancies on very different resources. There is also important to have a mindset and attitude to the job search now in this current job market situation as to real full-time job. Yeah, so because you need to monitor new vacancies and opportunities on everyday basis, because new opportunities are coming every day, and every day hundreds of applicants applying to the job. So you really need to be first, to check and monitor all upcoming opportunities from the worldwide. And besides of that, if you have some conversation, interview with the recruiter or some hiring manager, also show your interest in the company. So come to this meeting, to this interview, a bit prepared. So it doesn't really cost you anything to look for some facts, for some information about the company, about the role, just 5-10 minutes before the meeting started. And it will be really great for a recruiter to know that, okay, this guy or girl really prepared and know something about us, and she or he really motivated to join us. And the last thing that if you meet problem for a pretty long period of time and you're not able to find some job, there is always an opportunity to talk to some career consultant. Yes, there are many different professionals who will just talk to you, on this consultation, who will review your CV, your portfolio, and will just help you to build a plan to find a career faster. And really, the last but not least thing in this list is don't give up, because I really understand that, current job market situation in Uganda not so great as it was before. Yeah, now at least there are not so many vacancies as it was before open. And you might try apply 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, and you, for example, will not receive a feedback or not receive a reply. And of course, it will definitely demotivate you to move forward and look for the job, and you can just give up. But please don't do that. So if you have your goal, and if you really wanna make your passion, games, your career also, just keep on doing, keep on make your portfolio stronger, keep on applying, keep on participating in game events, and definitely it will provide you to success. So those are main facts, what to do, how to deal with such a pretty complicated market situation, and which really might help you to survive, and to find some good opportunity. So please do it, guys. And also, if now you will have any questions to ask, please interrupt me and I would reply. Or either we will have some 10-15 minutes after the meeting. So after the interview and meetup, I will reply. As well, I prepared some very short list, which better not to do. So some things which really better to just skip, because there are some pretty common mistakes that junior and intern guys are doing, because we're seeing in those applications almost every single day. So the most common thing why juniors don't get a job is very wide portfolio. So sometimes junior tries to show that, okay guys, I can do animation and 3D characters and environment and a bit of 2D, and really I'm very generalist. Okay, so listen now, remember that it doesn't work in AAA at all. So in AAA you have all the departments very split. So we have 2D artists responsible for environment, 2D artists responsible for characters, 3D artist environment, 3D characters, 3D animator, and so on and so forth. So that's why it's really very important for you, firstly, to decide what you really want to make. So if you want to build career as 3D character artist, let's say, so please make your portfolio consist only of 3D characters. So it's better to have 5 works posted in portfolio of pretty good quality of characters than post 20 works but a bit of props and weapons and characters and environment. Better not to do that. Better have strong skills in one area and don't be very generalist. As well, don't make your financial expectations too high. So if you have a chance to talk to some recruiter and on, for example, junior role, make your financial expectations also very realistic, because sometimes juniors come into us and say, okay, guys, I don't really have any working experience, but I want to earn 5,000 euro per month. And we were okay, nice. But there is not any deal for us as a company in this case. So it's really better to skip it and focus on make your expectations more realistic, because please remember that as junior or intern, it's really first thing you want to gain from the company's experience, which you will sell to another company in a few years more expensive. But probably financial side shouldn't be your main one.
I have a question, Lisa.
Sure.
It's about this, because let's say many people ask the same question. Let's say it's divided into 2 simple ones. One is how to ask to a recruiter, what's the salary or the range salary, without giving that sensation that you are not being respectful or asking too much, let's say. And the second one related to this how do you manage to know, or how do you identify salaries according to your level? Because every country and every company has a different standard, let's say, a different range. But when you didn't work anytime. I mean, you are junior, you are trying to
Yeah.
put your first leg into the industry. How do you I mean, think about any type of amount or whatever?
Yeah, I got your question. So, how to think about any amount? So, there are some tips on this topic as well. So, first thing you might do, please just make a small research. There are some companies or some websites like Glassdoor, for example, or even some kind of game reports on which you might find some information about the salaries, yeah, approximate salary ranges. So it will give you some kind of understanding. Okay, some juniors on this position earn, for example, like those amount, let's say like 1,000 euro, for example. So just create such list. Yeah. So try to look for information in your country on some career web pages, on some game reports, because some companies post it. Yeah. Otherwise, if you apply for some vacancy, yeah, and salary is not mentioning here, yeah, and you have conversation with recruiter, so how to ask? So my recommendation, I will very openly tell to recruiter, yeah, and what would I appreciate as recruiter as well. If like sometimes people come to me saying, Lisa, you know what, I'm living in Spain, for example, yeah, and we're looking for person in Poland, let's say. And I don't really have no idea what kind of ranges do you have in Poland, yeah. So I'm open for like kind of opportunities, yeah, and I'm open for negotiations, yeah. So that's what could you say? But in the same time, it's good if you have some kind of amount, kind of some amount in your mind, yeah, because you also should understand that you will not work for free, yeah. So at least some amount, for example, 1,000 euro, because you understand that less from on this amount you will not work, yeah. So have some amount in your mind and say like, okay, I'm expecting to have like kind of 1,000 euro or like 2,000 euros, yeah, like, but could you share some kind of ranges with me? So it's okay. It's really okay if you have some amount in your mind by just checking some information in the internet, yeah, and also ask recruiter the same question. So, but guys, I'm not really sure about your ranges, and I'm open for negotiations because my main goal is to gain an experience in your company. It really will be very fair.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that I answered this question well. Guys, yeah, let me know, please, or write on the chat if you have more question on this topic. We definitely could talk about it more because I know that sometimes, yeah, it's like, pretty important.
Sorry, there is one
Sure.
person that would
Perfect.
like to ask.
Sure.
Go on, please. It's Aliona. I don't know. She was like a hand up, so.
Oh, gotcha. So maybe, yeah, maybe you could try just write on the chat if you miss some issues with microphone. Okay, so let's move forward, and if he or she just write in the chat, I will be happy to answer. Other thing, which also better to escape, is don't apply for vacancies which doesn't match your skill set. So if you decide that you want to develop your career as 3D character artist, let's keep on this topic. So please don't apply for vacancies of 3D animator or 2D artist or 2D animator, whatever, just to get a job. Because for us as recruiters, it doesn't make any sense. So if we see in your portfolio 3D characters and you are applying for internship or job as animator, we still will reject you because you just doesn't meet our requirements. So it will still not work this way. So it's better to skip those situations and apply only for jobs which match your skill set. And the last one, really, guys, I suppose it sounds like very obvious thing, but I really wanted to add to this presentation. So don't send your application to the different companies in one email, because this became really like kind of pretty popular thing to do by juniors. So some guys are, just deciding to make some one email with his or her CV and portfolio and send to like 100 companies at the same time. So, and for us, it's like kind of disrespectful. So we just like looking at this application, like saying, okay, like, but what the heck? So please don't do that and apply for some every particular vacancy separately. It will definitely kind of increase chances to get a job. So maybe you have any questions to ask regarding this topic, what better to skip while applying or searching for the job?
That is a question already from Miguel.
Perfect.
I don't know if he's able to talk, or I should ask Miguel.
I can talk, but
talk.
Perfect.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. So my question is just to know, for example, if I want to know what is if my level is, because when I see these kind of games, for example, I think are very, very good and very incredible games. So I suppose I know the art is crazy good. So my question is, how can I know if I am able, in order to not waste the time of nobody, if my level is good enough or not? Do you think that, for example, it's good to compare with the artists who are working there, because sometimes they don't publish their work, and the art that I can see in that video game or in that studio are, we can say, the final work. But in my case, because I am a concept artist, so most of the times they don't publish their work. So do you have any recommendation about that?
I think so. So sometimes I also had such issues, and sometimes guys asked on any advice on this topic. So I think if you really want to join some studio, some big or smaller studio, you can find some people from the studio, for example, on LinkedIn, and it's very good idea, I think, to connect with those people, and just very openly ask them, okay, guys, hello, he or she, whatever, could I ask please you to say something, few words about my portfolio, or about my works. So, and if there's some person, definitely from 5 people, someone will reply you, and then you will know, because there are really some, I suppose in game community, artists are pretty open for communication, for interactions. So if you could just ask openly, for any feedback on your portfolio, people will most likely to do that, So in this case, you will understand how this person from this particular company evaluate your skills, So I think it's one of the most kind of good ways.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, perfect. So let's move forward.
I have another one from Ademola.
Oh, sure.
I can read
Perfect.
it for you if you want. He says something like, he or she, if an entry level requires a 2 years experience, where and how can a fresh graduate get such required experience?
Yeah, very good question. Thank you for asking. I just really forgot to speak about that. So what to do? That's actually a very good question. So what you might do is to have first of all, make your portfolio. So first thing, you might but you might participate in some courses, in art courses, and build your portfolio. Then you might join some smaller companies, and this already will be counted as experience in game production. So there is not sometimes an opportunity to join very big company, as your first job, but you definitely might join some smaller companies. So that's why I'm telling you that you might participate in different game jams, in some conferences and events. To first join maybe some smaller companies, as there is no open internships, for example. So, and this way you will just get a real experience, or otherwise also you might look for some freelance opportunities, because sometimes people are ready to hire some freelancers, just starting their career, and it also will be counted as your experience in game production. There are different sources like Upwork, and some freelance shops. There is also a point. So maybe any questions? Juan, do you have something?
No, at the moment.
Not at the moment. Perfect. So let's move forward then. So as I mentioned, please try to skip those things. Don't do it. And let's move forward. So and here's the thing, where to look for the job and internship in this case. So first of all, if you're a fan of some big game, let's say any AAA game, you just need to understand that probably it will be like a dream to work on like this title or in this company, but also like in this company, just like 100 or sometimes thousands of people working, just the usual artists, the usual programmers, the usual developers who are all like also one day look for the job. So first thing, if you're a fan of some game, company, whatever, you can just start to follow their career pages. For example, if you're a fan of Diablo, just start to follow, for example, some Blizzard, because sometimes they're posting like early jobs, they're also posting information about the internship. And also, besides of posting some information about careers, they also post some very useful career guides. So you can just read those guys and just find some useful information. Because they post how to apply for the job, in which season to look for opportunities. So they're just giving some advice. Besides of that, there is a good career web page called Hitmaker. So on this web page, you will just find some job opportunities for interns and juniors from very different game companies, from AAA, from the smaller companies. So it's like plenty of options. Games Jobs Direct, it's also like pretty well-known job board. So you can just find like different careers in games also on this web page. And they also post information for interns, students, and juniors. LinkedIn, obviously, as I mentioned before, think about your LinkedIn profile, create your LinkedIn profile, and start to follow also some different big companies or smaller companies, because usually also companies have their like page on LinkedIn and post information about careers here on those pages. And of course, game communities. So please try to make some research. So try to look for some local communities in Spain, local game communities in France or in Poland, whatever, because there definitely exist. So there are some people who creating those communities, for example, as Juan, does. But sometimes also on these communities, you might find some vacancies posted. So sometimes guys are posting some careers or internships links. So if you just follow those news, it's also great. And by the way, guys, I will just talk to Juan and he will send you this presentation. Then, so you will have all these links because these all links are clickable. So after the meeting, you could just save it and look for these internships on those pages. Yep. And here we go. I think the most practical slide on this presentation. So here's the list of internship programs in big AAA game companies. So as example, I just took 6 companies: is Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, Blizzard, Epic, Riot Games, and Hitmakers once again as one of the main job boards which post different opportunities for interns. So Ubisoft. So good news, guys. So currently Ubisoft has 9+ open roles for interns in art. So they're looking for 3D interns in characters, environment, in animation. So definitely it's worth to check their internship programs because now you can apply. And this information just from 2 days before. So it's very actual. So here you will have a link. So just follow it before, after the meeting, and you will find some useful information. Electronic Arts, Activision, Blizzard, Epic, and Riot. So very big companies who really made very great internship programs. So it's definitely worth to follow those pages because now they don't have any internship programs open for juniors, but sometimes they on these pages, because they have some specific pages for internships. You also have it here. It's all linked. So they post some information about the early jobs, early careers, some useful guides. So it's definitely worth to follow such a big companies' pages. And something more. So if you're interested to be hired or start your internship in game dev, so please fill this form. So here you will have a form. It's also linked, like this one and this one are links. So actually some few words about the Sperasoft, so company I'm currently working in. So sometimes we are creating a boot camps. So what is a bootcamp? Bootcamp is an opportunity for interns like some junior artists who already have knowledge of some programs, for example, Photoshop, Maya, 3D, and had some portfolio of, let's say, 2-3 artworks at least, yeah? And we are posting, for example, and starting bootcamp for 2D artists, yeah? So you will work with our mentors as on full-time job, 6 weeks, and you will create a real-time, like real concept for AAA game, which you can post on your portfolio after the bootcamp. And also our main goal is to hire talents who will like complete this bootcamp best. Yeah, so you can participate, have a great AAA work done, yeah, with mentors for free, and also you might also be hired on real AAA project as junior. So please, for now, like we don't have open bootcamps in Sperasoft, yeah, but we organize such bootcamps for level artists, for 2D artists, for 3D artists, for animators, mock-up animators, and many, many different ones. We also did a 2D artist, like 2D art challenge, which was also great. So please just fill this form, and I will have your data, like some email, maybe a link to your portfolio. And when we will have these bootcamps open, I will just drop you a message or email. And if you're interested, you could just reply and we can just talk about this opportunity. Yeah. So there is always, there is no open internships now, but we could stay in touch. And as soon as vacancy or internship program will be open, I will just reach out to you. So, yep, looks like that. That's really all from my side. I think that we are great on timing, yeah, because it should be like for 40 minutes. So guys, maybe you have any questions, maybe you need like any problems now while like hiring processes or something like that, because I think we have some minutes left and I could just answer your questions.
Go on, guys. Come on. Don't be shy.
Yeah, yeah, come on, yeah. If something just comes into your mind, just ask.
No, Lisa, I just want to thank you everything. And I want to let you know that I was in the studying 3 years ago. And I want to retake those studies and become a 3D artist someday.
Oh, that's perfect. That's amazing. Yeah, so definitely follow some different career opportunities, different internship, and yeah, also think about your portfolio, because yeah, there is also one thing I forgot to mention, that even if you're applying for the internship, yeah, so probably most likely all the companies will ask you for some portfolio done. Yeah, so few works, at least 3 artworks should be done in your portfolio before applying for any role right now. Yeah. So it looks like that. So
go on, Nicole.
Yeah. Sure.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
So let's say my main goal is to be like a 3D character artist.
Yep.
But you mentioned before that we like don't make our portfolio too wide.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What should I do if I like cartoon and realism?
That's a very good question, actually. I think it's still like, if you can decide, yeah, what really attracts you more, yeah, stylized projects or realism, it will be great, yeah. But if it's like really very kind of complicated decision for you, then you might just work, for example, post like 2 works like stylized and 2-3 works in realism, yeah. So in this case, recruiters will just contact you like when they have opportunity for both, yeah, like or stylized or realism projects.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, but it's also very important thing to mention that, while I'm saying that don't make your portfolio too wide, is I mentioned that it's better not to post 2D and 3D and environment at the same time. But if it's all about characters, it's also great if you might show your skills in stylized and realism projects, because it's still characters, yeah? And for recruiters, it will be great. You see that, oh, okay, this person could make some stylized and realist projects. So yeah, it's all like it's perfect then.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Definitely don't hesitate. You're welcome.
Sure, could we have your email, Lisa?
Sorry?
Your email.
Yeah, sure. I will share with you. So also guys, I got some small gift for you. If some of you who might be interested, so we can make as a gift. I would really want to give you like a 1 hour consultation with me. So on consultation, we will talk with you about your like dream career in the game dev, and I will try to help you to transform it into the real plan. Yeah, so actually we might talk like, okay, you want to like join Riot Games, yeah, and then I will talk to you like in 1 hour, help you to maybe build your CV or your LinkedIn, to watch for some opportunities with you together. And to get this gift, guys, please answer just the very basic question: what is your career dream? Yeah. If you send me those answers on my email, I will just read it. We'll select a winner with the most like creative or with the most inspiring answer, and we'll just conduct a call with you, and we will just we'll have a nice meeting, and just think about your career. So let me know, also if you have like any questions on this issue. I will share this presentation, as I mentioned, to Juan, and he will send it to you. Yeah, Juan, do we have such opportunity to share with guys after the meeting?
Everything. No worries.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So also you will have my email here. Please, answer your questions. That would be just really great to hear from you. And thank you very much for today's meeting. Thank you very much for spending your Friday evening today with me. I'm really excited to host this meeting. So Juan, thank you very much for this opportunity. I hope that you will stay in touch.
It is my pleasure completely. You are such amazing professional and wonderful person. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
I can tell you 100%.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, so pleasant things. Wait
a second.
Just last thing.
That is, I think, a short question.
Sure, go.
It says something like, if you have done internship previously, does it matter for this or it doesn't, concerning the form?
Okay, complicated question. I suppose I just didn't get it.
I guess it's related to the form previously that you shared.
Like this one?
Yeah, I think so. It's about this. I think he's asking like, if you have done internship previously, does it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, guys, so in Sperasoft, actually we already made many different boot camps. Yeah, as you can see, there is like posters from our like previous boot camps. If you don't mind, I will just for a second share my screen in like real time. Let me do something like that. Yeah, so if you enter like even our career webpage, you can do like you can go here, Sperasoft bootcamps. So you can read more information here. Yeah, so something about our bootcamps. So is our real works we have done. Yeah, so and you can read some information more in here. So we don't have those bootcamps open right now, but we did before, and we're just expecting to create more in the future. So it's better if you fill this form. Yeah, it still will be great. If I just have your emails here, and I will just contact you when there will be an opportunity open. Yep, looks like that. So also here you have my contacts left. So my LinkedIn profile, my email address. So any questions, maybe you want to talk about something, just please drop me a message. I'm always open to chat and answer your questions. So thank you very much for this meeting. It's really my pleasure to talk to you today, and enjoy the Friday.
Yeah, weekend is starting. Thank you very much, Lisa, for your
Thank you.
time, and have a great weekend. And yeah,
Thank you.
just let's keep in touch. Okay,
Sure. Thank you very much,
guys.
guys.
Thank you for coming, all of you.